welcome to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. To us, OC stands for our community because we believe that our community is stronger when we come together. That's why we thank you for joining us each Tuesday evening on channel 56.10 and on Wednesday morning. As you know, this is a bilingual English and Vietnamese program dedicated to educating, empowering, and inspiring our community. And on our show today, we hope to inspire you and to celebrate Father's Day. Here, we have Justin Chang, who is a son and also a theater arts student at Cypress Community College. Next to Justin is Dr. Gail Singer Chang, who is an adjunct professor of Western University Health Sciences, and her beautiful husband, or handsome husband, Tony Chang, the father of Justin, and the Director of Strategic Partners at ChargePoint Incorporation. Today is a great day for us to remember to celebrate our fathers, our father figures, and everybody that is within our circle that makes our family happy and proud. Julie kính chào quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV trong chương trình Kiến thức Y khoa Gia đình và Xã hội. Chương trình này là chương trình OC Health and Education. Julie hy vọng mỗi tuần Julie sẽ đem tới về quý vị về thông tin quan trọng cho quý vị. Hôm nay trong chương trình Julie mời được 3 người quý khách rất là quan trọng nói về Father's Day Celebration. Trước nhất Julie có là Justin Chang. Justin Chang là một người con của anh Tony Chang. Đây là một người father, là Director of Strategic Partnership of ChargePoint Incorporation. And vợ của anh Tony đó là Dr. Gail Singer Chang. Dr. Gail Singer Chang là một giáo viên ở Western University Health Sciences. So, hôm nay Julie rất vui vẻ để hân hạnh mời được quý vị gia đình của Justin. Justin, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Justin Chang. Thank you for having me to your show.
I'm so happy that you're
I'm
here.
so happy that I'm here.
Now tell me, who is this lovely lady right next to you?
This is my mom, Gail.
Hi, I'm Gail Singer Chang. I'm happy to be here today. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, I'm so blessed and so honored that you guys accepted the invitation. And the man of the hour, Tony, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you, Julie. I'm Tony Chang, most importantly, Justin's dad.
Yes.
And just wanted to say thank you, and I really appreciate the opportunity to be on Little Saigon TV.
Oh, you know, it is such an honor, first of all, to meet you at an event in the community. But most importantly, from when I met him, he just lit up the room. And, you know, I think that's amazing thing is that, you know, I want to know what it feels like to be Justin's father.
Well, when Gail and I first started our family, we knew we'd be good parents. But Justin made me a better dad.
Oh, wow.
It just is the way he brings his positive energy into a room and lights it up. And he really just is himself in any situation. It really is inspiring, and I hope we can share that with you today, how he's able to walk into any situation and just do his best, and the results, you know, come from all his hard work.
Oh. Now, Gail, what does it make you feel when you see this relationship of father and son?
I am extremely grateful because anybody who has a child that's on the spectrum knows that it's a tremendous challenge. And Justin makes it easy because he has a natural default setting on positive.
Default happy. That's
He's
a good
default
default.
happy, but he's very social and he wants to be engaged, and so it's just been really amazing to be able to find opportunities for him, and sometimes Tony and I have to create opportunities for him, but it's possible. And when you see him out there doing the things that he loves, like performing in musical theater,
Yes.
it's really, it's very special. And I know that Tony's support for Justin and love for Justin has been a tremendous part of that.
You know, it's amazing to see such a supportive family. And I really love, you know, when Justin introduced himself, he never talked about the autism. He's just
Right.
himself.
Yeah.
And even when you talked about being a father to him, it wasn't important. What I felt was a father that was just so proud and so of his accomplishments. and your ability to interact with them and share so many joys together. So thank you so much for inspiring all of us to be accepting and loving and kind. Thưa quý vị, hôm nay Julie có thời gian mới giới thiệu cho quý vị đây là gia đình của Justin Chang. Justin Chang là một em có tự kỷ mà thiệt ra quý vị thấy rất là Justin rất cái nhiều cái khả năng, hiện tại đang học đại học Cypress College và cũng thích theater arts và thích là performance. Mà quý vị thấy lúc mà Julie giới thiệu mà ba của Tony giới thiệu Justin không có nói về cái bệnh tự kỷ mà thiệt ra nói là cái niềm vui là làm được người cha tốt và cha con với có nhiều cái kinh nghiệm về opportunity cho nhiều cái câu hỏi cho em sống trong cộng đồng của mình. Gail là một người mẹ, cũng là một cái người psychologist là Dr. Gail Singer Chang mà cũng là rất là supportive, là ủng hộ cho con để cho có tiến bộ mà vẫn có cái nhiều khả năng được đi đại học. I'm just so excited because I'm trying to capture everything that you're saying. But you know, Justin, you know, I feel that you have such an amazing mother and father and support system. Who makes you successful and to become a student in the college?
Miss Jamie.
Is that your age?
Yeah.
What does she do for you?
Well, I've been to her car, and she's took me to musical theater acting from 9:40 to 12:45 for Jim Hormel.
Wow. And what does mommy and daddy do for you?
Well, they gave me lots of love.
Oh. What about dad? What's something special that dad gives you in addition to love?
Well, Father's Day's coming up,
Uh-huh.
and he takes me to the beach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's how you spend Father's Day together?
Yes.
I love that. Now, Tony, you know, as we talk about Father's Day, I know every day is Father's Day. But what is that special day for you guys each year?
Oh, I think it's a true celebration where we've come in the whole journey of our process. One of the things that as a father and as a parent, when you see diagnoses and different terms being thrown around, you almost have a fear that might limit your child.
Yes.
But in our case, in Justin's case, and being a parent, we've kind of experienced the opposite. It has actually been inclusive, and Justin has been able to open doors and participate in things, and be one of the most popular kids in high school. And
Wow, are you?
And graduate.
Yes. Are you
He
popular?
graduated. Yeah, he was the first in his class special needs class to graduate with a diploma. So we're really proud of that.
Wow.
And he's doing great work at Cypress College, and I'm just going to be more proud. And whenever we take our walks in Seal Beach and have a moment together, you just kind of let that soak in and just feel what Justin's able to manifest. And you never know what it's going to be, but it's always going to be good, and that's exciting.
I just love the energy in your family, Gail. It's so contagious. I mean, like I said in the show, this show is about inspiring others. And I think, it's really, a lot of times I always say choose happiness, right? Because oftentimes when you have a diagnosis like autism or any kind of disease, or you kind of feel sad, right?
Oh,
But I
that's
love...
really sad.
It was at first, but are you sad now?
No, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love what Dad said, Justin. He says that your diagnosis gave you and the family so many opportunities, and it sounds like it also gave Dad an opportunity to be the best dad ever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What makes him the best dad ever?
I don't know. Well, on Mother's Day, Dad went to Cheesecake Factory in Huntington Beach, Bellaterra, close to Barnes & Noble.
Yeah.
And we ate the Cheesecake Factory food at the dining table.
So part of being a good dad is also being a good husband, right?
Then we went to Harkins and we watched Guardians of the Galaxy.
We did.
We did.
Right?
We had
And
a
Miss
nice
Jamie
day.
came and met us
Yes.
there.
Justin, that's what I
her
love, that
husband.
you're able to share so many experience. And Gail, Tony talk about inclusion.
Yep.
And, as you can see, I
Yeah.
always say OC stands for our community.
Yeah.
I always want to make sure that people include our kids in the
Yes.
community and in the dialogue and in social events and in high school,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now, what did you feel that you did to make him have this confidence to be included,
well,
most of all?
I always say that when you include others who are different or
Yes.
include others with autism, you're actually including yourselves in their lives.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
After the commercial break, we'll continue this wonderful conversation and learn more about all the amazing things that you do to celebrate Tony and the family and how you guys have made such an inclusive and such a loving family. Sau phần quảng cáo, chúng tôi sẽ tiếp tục nói chuyện với Justin Chang với gia đình của Justin and celebration for Father's Day. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả. Hi, welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. Today is a special day for us to talk about Father's Day and how we celebrate Father's Day. Before the commercial break, we were able to hear the perspective that Tony has on raising a child with autism. You know, many times when you have a news of having a diagnosis for a child or anybody in our family, sometimes we get saddened by it. But what I love what Tony said was that it actually gave more opportunities for the family and for him to grow and also be a part of the community. I think that's a wonderful and amazing thing to talk about. Hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với quý vị về giới thiệu cho quý vị Justin Chang với gia đình của Justin. Hôm nay mình muốn là làm Father's Day celebration, nói về cái relationship về cái người cha là anh Tony, làm sao nuôi được and hướng dẫn cho Justin. Lúc mà Julie hỏi về về Justin, anh Tony nói đó là cái người cha mà lúc mà mình có cái tin và con bị tự kỷ thì có thể mình có buồn, mà thiệt ra anh Tony nói đó là hôm nay anh thấy là mình có rất nhiều câu hỏi. Bây giờ Justin rất cái thành công, đi học high school, có rất nhiều bạn bè về hiện tại được đi học đại học. Thì Julie thấy rất là vui để cho có cái gia đình ủng hộ, về very supportive. So Justin, you know, I was just trying to recap what we talked about before the commercial break.
Yes.
And Dad said what amazing opportunity it is to be your father. And I'm just so proud that Mom and Dad was able to help and be instrumental in helping you become a student at Cypress College in theater arts. Tell me a little bit about why theater arts. Do you like theater arts?
Yes.
Tell me of what you do there.
I perform shows.
Yes. When you
And
say perform, are you singing? Are you dancing? What
I'm
is it?
singing.
You are.
Yeah.
Tell me about the performance that you had yesterday.
Wow, it was wonderful.
It was. Tell me, what did you sing?
I sang Come On Get Happy.
By yourself?
Yes.
That is amazing. You have the confidence to do a solo?
Yes.
Oh, I'm scared. I don't think I have the skills to do
No.
that. Where do you find the courage to stand up there and sing by yourself?
I don't know.
You're just born with it, huh?
You love it.
Yeah, too born with that.
Yeah.
Well, I was born in 2000 and we were at Old Home Cremo, Palm Beach.
Oh, what were you?
What else
Okay.
did you sing last night, hon, with the class?
Well, show tune and what I did for Bob.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for being here and also for being so amazing.
Yeah. My
Now, what does
pleasure.
Mommy do? Do you know what she does?
I don't know what she does.
He doesn't know what I
Well, Dr. Gail, tell us a little bit about yourself professionally, because I know, you know, it's sometimes a blessing when we have professional skills to work with our kids and
Oh,
interact
yeah.
with our kids. I'm a
Yeah.
speech pathologist and a behavioral
Yes.
therapist, and having kids on the spectrum, it's helped a little bit.
For sure. Well, I'm actually trained as a clinical psychologist, and
Okay.
I was in medical education for 20 years.
Wow.
And I really didn't understand autism until we had the diagnosis on a personal level.
Yes.
Didn't really understand it. But Justin is so beyond the diagnosis, and it's about the love for him and the connection for him and tapping into what he loves, and that's how we were able to create opportunities for him. So while I was at Western, while he was still in high school, I was able to start a group called FACE, Faculty for Autism Collaboration and Education, with all the different disciplines on the campus: optometry, medicine, dentistry,
Wow.
nursing, physical therapy, and we had this show on the Autism Channel talking about the importance of community and from a therapeutic perspective.
Okay.
And it was a wonderful opportunity. Justin was actually on the show as well. And as he came out of high school, I felt that it was important to shift what I was doing to be able to support him in adult transition, because we need to be able to create more opportunities in the community. So I've been doing a lot of advocacy, peer one-on-one for autism. We work with a lot. Justin actually co-hosted an event for them. And we just did an event at UCR, Fight for Autism. And he participates in a lot of different events, such as special needs art shows and things like that. But the ability to network in the community, my background's been very helpful for that, so I'm grateful. And I'm happy that I have the skills and the perspective to be able to create opportunities for Justin and advocate for him and help him advocate for himself.
And I love what you said about collaborating with the faculty, you know, because a lot of times when we work in the field, some of these fields, they're not aware that autism is part of their clientele or within the groups that they interact with. But having a mom and a professor or, you know, an educator, I think that's really important to bridge that gap. So thank you so much for advocating for him, advocating for all of our children, and making sure that everybody include our children in the communication and in the conversation.
Yeah, it's been a blessing, and it's just, I think we need to infuse inclusion into the social fabric so that it becomes normal for us to do that by nature.
Well, Tony, I think you guys are doing a great job making sure that he is not invisible.
Oh, he's
He's not.
And that he's part of this community. Now, so tell me, professionally, what is it that you do, and how does that help you maybe provide for him or do more for him?
Well, I think I just wanted to comment on what Gail just mentioned. I think she is an advocacy warrior. And it is so important to have that piece in place. And when you do navigate this, it's critical that you take one thing into account, is that what might work for, you know, one family may not work for another, or what one therapy is productive for one child may be counterproductive for another. So you really have to kind of figure out early what works and what doesn't work, and then take a look at your child and see what are his or her strengths, and play to that. And as far as supporting Justin, we do a lot of community involvement. Professionally, where I'm at as a director of ChargePoint, we are able to affect communities all over the country and across the globe. And one of the things that I think that we do well is affect change in the communities, and Justin's been on the forefront of that with all his participation in different groups, social groups, networking groups in the community. You have to get out there, and we knew as a family that when Justin is out there doing his thing, we just want to be there to kind of fuel his dreams, and that's where our focus has been.
I love what you said about his ability to affect change, you know, because a lot of times, you know, when we say fathers, we're talking about, they bring home the check, right? It's always that. But, you know, Dr. Gail, I'm sure, brings home a paycheck too. But I think that's one thing about it. You know, in the Asian American community, fathers sometimes are a little bit removed from their kids. They're just working really hard, bringing home the bacon. But it doesn't seem like you do that. I think you fry it up too.
He does.
Well, thank you so much, Tony and Gail, for sharing with us, you know, the impact you have on his life and also on all of our lives, to make sure that we know about Justin, get to meet Justin, you know, and it's such a blessing. Hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với gia đình của Justin Chang, mà cũng có một thời gian đặc biệt nói chuyện với Tony Chang. Tony là một người cha của Justin, mà quý vị cũng thấy đó là Julie nói đó là thường á, cái người cha là chỉ đi làm, đem tiền về nuôi gia đình thôi, mà Tony á, là nói đó là một cái quan trọng nhất á, là mình làm sao mình nuôi con, hướng dẫn con để cho nó thay đổi cái môi trường của mình, về cái thay đổi cái cách suy nghĩ của mỗi người về đứa em bị tự kỷ hay có khuyết tật. Quý vị thấy đó là Gail với Tony chung nhau làm sao để cho đứa con này có rất nhiều thành công. Thì Julie muốn cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi chương trình Kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội, và luôn luôn muốn quý vị suy nghĩ về lúc mình giúp cho cộng đồng là mình phải làm sao. Và trong hôm nay mình nói là Father's Day, mình muốn thay đổi về cái cách suy nghĩ của mình về cái người cha, là không phải là đi làm kiếm tiền nuôi gia đình không, mà để dành thời gian với gia đình để rất là quý. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV. Welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. Today is such a treat for me to introduce to you Justin Chang and his father, Tony Chang, but not to forget, mom, Dr. Gail Singer Chang. This is a family that's so inspirational to me. And when I met them, they brought so much light and happiness. So I just really wanted to introduce them to you and also to bring onto the show. Hôm nay Julie muốn một lần nữa giới thiệu cho quý vị Justin Chang với gia đình. Một cái show hôm nay là nói về Father's Day. Bữa nay á, là Justin là một người có tự kỷ, mà Tony là một người cha rất là involved trong gia đình, là không phải đi làm đem tiền nuôi gia đình không, mà thiệt để dành rất nhiều thời gian tiếp xúc với Justin. Justin, I was just saying that in the Asian culture, sometimes dads just go to work and then they bring home the paycheck and they pay for everything at home, and they don't spend a lot of time with the kids. So, but I hear that you get to spend a lot of time with Dad and also do special things with him. What are some of the things that Dad does with you?
Oh, like play ball.
Oh, wow. Anything else?
Maybe
Maybe Mom and Dad can help.
Did you go see The Lion King?
we saw The Lion King.
Yeah.
It was at the Pantages Theater.
That's great.
And we like to do walks along the pier at Seal Beach.
And have we gone on some little trips to different places on an airplane?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
went to John Wayne Airport,
Yes.
And
LAX
I
Airport.
love that. Because, Gail, sometimes when family have kids on the spectrum, they don't travel.
Exactly.
And more or less go on an airplane.
Yep.
So I love what you do, Tony, is that, as a family, you guys get to go together and take him
Yep.
all around the country.
It's inclusion.
Wow.
Yeah, we try to make that work-life balance and include Justin, and that was our philosophy from the beginning when we first were looking at his curriculum for school. That we thought there's no reason why he can't at least try to do
Yes.
some of the more topics and study the curriculum. So we kind of do the same thing on a personal level. There's no reason why he can't travel or get on an airplane with us. If we have an event that's in Colorado or Florida or New York,
Wow.
we're going. Yeah.
And I love that. When we constantly say inclusion, and oftentimes, unfortunately, people don't always include us. We
Right.
have to just put the foot at the door sometimes and make sure
Yes.
they don't close it. And I love that both of you guys make sure nobody closed the door on him.
Nobody closes the door.
No, I don't want to get hurt.
No.
That's just a figurative language because that means opportunity.
Opportunity.
Yes, your
What does
parents-
opportunity mean?
I mean, give you a lot of chances to be a part of the community, a part of school. So that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
You have an amazing dad. I
That's-
wish I
that's-
have a
that's
dad like that.
wonderful.
Thưa quý vị, hôm nay quý vị thấy đó là cái relationship của Tony với Justin rất là đặc biệt. Không phải là Tony đi làm không, mà Tony để dành nhiều thời gian làm việc với Tony với Justin, mà dẫn Justin đi chơi. Dr. Gail nói đó là inclusion. Inclusion là một cái chữ là nhiều lúc trong tự kỷ mình nói đó là làm sao mình có nhiều cái cơ hội cho mấy em đây tiếp xúc trong cộng đồng, về cũng có được đi vacation, được đi chơi. Tại nhiều lúc mà mình thấy đó là mình đi làm hay mình có cái meeting đi xa, mình không có muốn dẫn đứa tự kỷ, mình sợ làm phiền người khác. Mà Tony với Gail á, chung nhau á, luôn luôn dẫn Justin đi chơi, về đi lên máy bay, về đi rất nhiều chỗ. Julie thấy đó là Father's Day là một cái ngày là mình nói đó là mình có một cái người nào mà thương con, chăm sóc con, mà để dành thời gian với con, chứ không phải đi làm không. I was just saying, it's just a reminder of fathers. Sometimes it's not just about working. It's not just about providing for the kids that makes a great father. But it's just the time. I can see that time is so precious in your house, but you use it very well. Now tell me, how do you spend time together? Because sometimes, I know being a father is great, but do you make time to spend with each other to replenish and recharge your energy to support him?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we have to
Right.
because it can be draining, because inclusion is actually about being creative.
Yeah.
Really?
And yes,
Yes.
and finding ways to do that. So we definitely also just enjoy his activities together
True.
as
So
his
true.
parents. When we're at his shows and I'm sitting there listening to the music and the show tunes and things, I'm thinking to myself, these are Justin's gifts that he's giving to his parents, to us as parents.
Really?
Yes. So we definitely we recharge. We try to do the things that we enjoy, but we also really celebrate his successes.
That's
Successes,
so
what do they
critical.
look like?
They look like you.
That's a beautiful
Yeah, you
answer.
performing last night was a big success.
It sure was a
Yes.
success. I was a vanilla success too.
Yeah, everybody clapped for you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was the grand prize winner.
You
Sure
always
were,
are.
Jazz. We love that.
Now, Tony, how do you like to recharge as a father? Give me some ideas on what I can do for my husband.
Well,
Because you have everything, right? Dads, they feel like, I have all the money. I can get whatever I want. You don't have to get me anything. That's what my husband always tells me. But I want some ideas because, this is a Father's Day show. Help me.
Yeah, well, everyone, has their way of recharging, and sometimes
Okay.
it is about taking a break and going off in a private space to recharge, and other times it's about throwing yourself in that activity, and that's another way of recharging. Everyone has their own way, and you just got to celebrate each day. I know it sounds a little cliche, but you have to celebrate every win and make each day your masterpiece. Because if you look at it from a perspective and say, I'm here and I need to get here, how am I going to get there? It could be intimidating. But if along the way you celebrate and say, oh, we're going to hire a hip hop coach and he's going to learn this one move, and that's a celebration because he did it, he's on his way to performing in that, that musical or show choir performance. And I think that's how we kind of break it down and stay positive on that journey of where Justin's going. And he cracks us up. It's an adventure
funny.
along the way. So
He has such a great sense of humor.
yeah, and so that makes it a lot easier for us. But yeah, I do think if you go a long time without taking that much needed recharging, then you're going to burn out, and you have to be mindful of that.
Well, thank you so much for the suggestions. Hopefully we'll get something special for my husband. Because a lot of time he says, I just want to be alone. And so I just take the kids, and he just takes this nice nap.
Yeah.
And one day I actually got him a massage, and he kind of got embarrassed. But the funny thing is he fell asleep. He enjoyed it, and the masseuse left.
That's
So-
good.
Yeah. But, Justin, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being a gift to all of us.
No problem.
Julie muốn cảm ơn quý vị, hôm nay mình có thời gian nói chuyện với gia đình của Justin Chang. Tony là một người cha, quý vị thấy là rất là optimistic, thấy vui vẻ, luôn luôn cũng cười, mà thấy Julie muốn hỏi đặt một cái câu đó là làm sao Father's Day mình phải nên mua cái quà gì tặng cho Father's Day. Tony nhắc mình đó là mỗi ngày là một cái niềm vui. Mình thấy mình có cái gì, mấy cái bước nào mình đi là cũng là cái bước là tốt đẹp, với luôn luôn á, chừng nào mình muốn giúp ai hay giúp với một người fathers á, là tìm cái quà nào là giúp cho recharge là cho cái người bố đó có nhiều sức mạnh hơn để dành với gia đình, với đi làm, với có thời gian với con cái. Thì Julie muốn cảm ơn quý vị khán giả hôm nay có thể tiếp xúc với Julie, với gia đình đây, để hiểu thêm về làm sao mình có nhiều hạnh phúc trong gia đình trong Father's Day. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả cùng Little Saigon TV. Hi, welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. Today we have a special opportunity to celebrate Father's Day and get some great ideas from Tony and Gail and Justin. Now, Justin, I want to know, what have you given your dad for Father's Day?
Maybe a treat.
A treat? Oh,
Yeah.
but what else have you given him in the past?
Well, like around 2020, we went to Naples Rib Company that matches Newport Rib Company. One is in Costa Mesa and one is in Palm Beach.
Oh, so
Newport's
you
in Costa
take
Mesa
him to
and
the
Naples is in
restaurant?
Palm Beach. Yeah, sometimes, but Father's Day
card?
2021, we went to Las Brisas, which is in Laguna Beach.
Wow, you're naming all the amazing places.
Father's Day 2022 last year, we went to Captain Jack's, and that's in Huntington.
You know, Justin, those are really great suggestions. I think I'm going to start taking my husband to one of those this year.
What about
Wonderful.
cards?
And then, oh yeah, Mom said you make cards for him, or you sign a card for him?
We make my dad feel lots of love.
Yeah.
Oh. So what do you write on that card?
Happy Father's Day to my dad, Tony.
And you know, what kind of cards do you like? Because we were asking you about that. You said a musical card?
Yes,
Why do you like musical cards?
they make me want to crack up.
And what else? They make you wanna what? You just said it.
Make some noise.
And sing and dance?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I know you said you're in theater, right? So you love singing and dancing.
Yes, I do like singing and dancing. They make me want to match.
Oh. Well, Justin, thank you so much for all the great ideas for Father's Day.
No
Now-
problem, Julie.
Now, Gail and Tony, you know, I know that Father's Day means a lot of different things to different people. You know, so the dads that is part of the family, the dads that are bonus dads, the grandfathers, or the moms
Yes.
who are doing both jobs.
My mom did both jobs, yes.
So tell me what Father's Days mean to you.
I really enjoy celebrating Father's Day because it's about Tony's relationships with his sons. We have another son, Lucas, who's a neurotypical sibling. And Tony and Lucas have basketball in common, and we include Justin in that as well. So we try to focus on, making it special for Tony and what he likes, and then finding ways to bring Justin into it and his brother into it.
Yes.
And also remembering cultural and Tony's dad, who just recently passed away. And Tony's dad was so sweet, and he would come to school in Justin's class and Lucas's class and talk about his culture and his background. It was very special.
Well, thank you so much, Justin, for the idea, and Gail for sharing with us that Father's Day is a way for us to celebrate the relationships
Yes.
that we get to see blossom. Hôm nay Julie rất là hân hạnh mời được cho quý vị về giới thiệu cho quý vị Justin với Tony hôm nay nói về Father's Day. Giống như Justin nói đó là lúc mà Father's Day, Justin thích cho cái card cho dad, mà thích có cái card mà đặc biệt là có nhạc. Tại Justin thích nghe nhạc, thích ca hát. Và Gail nói là Father's Day là một cái ngày để cho cổ là xem về cái relationship của cha con, thấy là rất là vui. Mà Gail nói đó là Tony cũng mới mất cha, thì Father's Day là Julie biết là rất có ý nghĩa cho Tony. Tony, I know Gail mentioned that you just lost your father. For me, losing my mom really changed my perspective on life. And the funny thing is, once I learned how to get past the grief, I actually feel her presence more. And I talk to her more. And it's been 15 years, and I think that's what it is, that, for me, when we have such a beautiful relationship with our parents, that eventually when we can get past that grief, we can feel their presence and also even see his continuation in everybody he's touched.
Yes.
Tell me about what Father's Day mean to you.
Well, that is a beautiful statement, Julie, and I can definitely relate to that. I do see both my parents from time to time more often and feel their presence and speak to me in different ways.
Yes.
And that's part of what Father's Day is celebrating the heritage and the lineage of the culture.
Yes.
And then the relationships. I'm very blessed to have a family that truly, truly loves and enjoys spending
I
time
feel
together.
so much love in your family. I'm like, that's all I felt. Love and happiness.
Yeah, and we talked about doing all the things and having the spectrum and autism in your life. But one of the things that we did early on that I thought of when Justin and I were going through this was that when it's all said and done and you're about to your life's about to change, end, and you're going on to the next form. You want to look back and say, did you do the best that you could? And that gets you through the tough times and the long nights, and that makes the celebration like Father's Day,
Yes.
or the performances that we just had last night with Justin, or with Lucas, getting into the university that he wanted to get to, makes all those celebrations, just that much more special.
So not to say that every day is a rosy day.
No. but you get through it with the love and the support of your family, and you get through it with the love and support of the community, and you get through it with just, connecting and communicating with others to find out things.
Is it fair to say you can't be a good father without Gail and everybody that supports you?
That is not only fair to say, that is a fact.
Well, it's an opinion.
Justin, I love that.
Me too.
Thank you for being part of this conversation.
I am part of this conversation.
And you hear this the whole time that we're talking, Justin, right?
Yeah.
And what mom keeps on saying is inclusion. What dad keeps on saying is opportunities. And that's one thing, for me as a mom of children on the spectrum and a person on the spectrum, I'm proud to be a part of this conversation, and I'm part of this celebration. So I think Father's Day, again, Gail, like you mentioned, it's a celebration of the relationships of father and son, and a supportive relationship and a very loving relationship. But you guys truly inspired me. And when I met you, I'm like, I want you on my show. We're gonna try to make it happen. And we did make it happen.
We did.
We sure did make it happen a lot at all times.
Now, do you have any suggestions for people out there watching on how to be a good son?
Yes, I have my brother Lucas.
Uh-huh.
He drives a car.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you be a good son to your dad?
We give him hugs and kisses,
Oh.
just like mom.
Very sweet, honey.
Well,
We
good
appreciate
advice.
you.
Thank you so much for the suggestion.
No problem, Julie.
Quý vị thấy đó là hôm nay á, Julie hân hạnh mời được cái Justin Chang lên cái show, and Tony Chang là người cha của Justin. Justin có tự kỷ, mà quý vị thấy đó là Tony luôn luôn là celebrate, là vui vẻ về thấy là mỗi lần Justin có cái accomplishment, có cái success thì thấy có cái thành công thì luôn luôn gia đình vui. Dũng mình nói đó là chừng nào mình có đứa con mà tự kỷ là không phải là mỗi ngày là tốt đẹp, mà mình phải chú ý về mình phải tổ chức mỗi lần em có cái accomplishment. Giống như hôm nay mình thấy đó là Justin rất nhiều cái thành công, được đi đại học trong cái performing art, ca hát mà tự ca hát một mình luôn. Chú thấy là rất là dạng sức. Hôm nay Julie rất vui để là thấy là mình có giới thiệu cho quý vị một cái gia đình rất là đồng kết, về thương nhau, về ủng hộ nhau. Julie hỏi đó là chừng nào cái người fathers mình thành công là phải là có người vợ, về có cộng đồng của mình phải làm chung là đúng. Mình có nói là it takes a village to raise a child. So Julie muốn cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi chương trình hôm nay, and muốn cho bố mẹ một cái lời nói thêm lúc mà mình end cái show hôm nay. Tony, do you have any suggestions as we close the show today, and a reminder to our father out there on how to be a great and amazing dad?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. That's a great question. Well, I think, be yourself and know that you can affect a positive change in any situation, and just really connect with your kids. They don't have to be a exact copy of you. They have their own interests. They have their own styles, and you just want to make sure that you're there to kind of guide them and provide the resources and the love for them to be successful.
Oh, well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
It's
you
an
for
honor and a
having
pleasure,
us.
Justin,
Thank
to
you.
have you and your beautiful family here.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you so
you.
much. As we close out the program, Gail, tell me a little bit about your thoughts on Father's Day and what it means to have a great day and a celebration.
Well, I'm just very grateful that Tony is my kid's dad. He's so connected to our sons, and he appreciates each of them for who they are. And I think it's so important when you have a diagnosis that you don't make assumptions about that our kids don't care about certain things. You find what they do care about and you connect there. And I think Tony does an amazing job of that. And I think that has helped inspire Justin, both of our sons, but, given Justin the confidence to do the things that he does, like go out and perform, on stage.
Yes.
And so I greatly appreciate that. And happy that we get to celebrate that as a family for Father's Day.
Well, thank you again for being on this show, and hope
Thank
to have
you.
you guys back, and we'll find another topic to talk about.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you,
you. Thank
Julie.
you so much,
Thank you,
Justin.
Just.
No problem.
Ok,
Say thank you.
Julie muốn cảm ơn quý vị một lần nữa đã theo dõi chương trình Kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội. Hôm nay mình được gặp một gia đình, đó là của Justin Chang. Mình hiểu rất là giống như hôm nay bố mẹ nói, rất là chừng nào mình chấp nhận con của mình để dành thời gian cho con của mình, về mình hướng dẫn cho con của mình, em luôn luôn đứa nhỏ đó sẽ thành công. Father's Day là một cái ngày mà mình celebrate cái relationship của người cha với người con, mà cũng là mình celebrate cái người mẹ, cái người trong cộng đồng của mình, làm cho mình có nhiều thành công với nhiều cái hạnh phúc trong gia đình. Luôn luôn Julie muốn cảm ơn quý vị khán giả đã theo dõi chương trình Kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội, và chúc quý vị rất nhiều sức khỏe và may mắn. Cảm ơn quý vị.